Have you ever felt like no matter how much money you deposit or save, your wealth just isn't growing? You're not imagining it. Banks have ways of quietly draining your money without you noticing. And while they're not breaking the law, they design products and systems that benefit them far more than you. Today, we're revealing 11 ways banks drain your money, the hidden tricks, fees, and practices that cost you hundreds, even thousands, every year. By the end of this video, you'll see how your money is being used, how banks profit off your behavior, and most importantly, what you can do to stop it. Grab a notebook because some of these are so subtle that you might be falling for them right now. The first way banks drain your money is through hidden fees. You might think your checking or savings account is free, but look closer. Monthly maintenance fees, overdraft fees, ATM fees, and international transaction charges quietly take money from your account. Even small amounts add up. An overdraft fee of $35 might seem minor, but if it happens just 3 times a year, that's $105. Over a decade, it becomes $1,050 for simply mismanaging a balance. Banks rely on these fees as a consistent revenue stream. Many people don't even notice because the fees are automatically deducted. The best defense? Know your account terms, track every charge, and choose accounts with low or no fees. By avoiding unnecessary fees, you stop the slow leak of your money and keep more for yourself. Another drain is low interest on deposits. Banks pay barely anything on your savings, often less than 1% annually. Meanwhile, inflation quietly erodes the value of that money. So even though your account balance grows slightly, your purchasing power actually decreases over time. For example, if your savings account earns 0.5%, but inflation is 3%, your money effectively loses value every year. That's a silent drain most people don't notice. Banks design accounts this way because they profit more from lending your deposits than paying you interest. The key is to look for high-yield accounts, certificates of deposit, or other investment options that at least outpace inflation. Otherwise, your savings are slowly losing value while sitting in a safe account. Banks make significant revenue from overdraft fees when you spend more than your balance. Many accounts are designed so that even small mistakes trigger fees. Some banks even reorder transactions to maximize overdrafts, charging more than necessary. Late payment penalties on loans or credit cards are another hidden drain. If you miss even one due date, you could face hundreds of dollars in fines over time. These charges are legal and often buried in fine print, which means most people aren't aware of them until it's too late. The best protection is careful budgeting, automatic alerts, and choosing accounts that don't punish small mistakes. Once you start paying attention, these drains become avoidable and you keep more money in your pocket. Here's a more subtle drain: the interest spread on loans. When you borrow money, banks charge you interest at rates far higher than what they pay to depositors. For example, your savings might earn 0.5%, but your mortgage, personal loan, or credit card could charge 5% or more. That difference, the spread, is pure profit for the bank. The longer you take to pay off a loan, the more they earn, sometimes thousands more than the original amount you borrowed. Many borrowers focus only on monthly payments, not realizing how much interest accumulates over time. Understanding this can save you significant money. Strategies like paying extra toward the principal, refinancing at lower rates, or paying off debt faster can help flip the advantage back in your favor. Banks also make money through transaction charges that most people overlook. Every transfer, wire, or international payment could have a fee attached. Even convenience services like expedited transfers come at a cost. If you use ATMs outside your bank's network, you might pay a $3 to $5 fee per withdrawal. While each fee seems small, frequent transactions make them a silent drain. Over months and years, they can easily amount to hundreds or thousands of dollars. Many banks assume you won't check the fine print, which is why these charges often go unnoticed. The simple solution? Plan transactions carefully, use in-network ATMs, and avoid convenience fees whenever possible. Awareness is your first line of defense. Some accounts start quietly draining money when they sit idle. Banks charge maintenance fees for certain checking or savings accounts, and some even impose dormancy fees if your account isn't used regularly. Accounts that seem free may end up costing you money if you're not actively monitoring them. Imagine leaving $500 untouched in a low-activity account. Over a few years, recurring fees could erase a significant portion of that balance. Banks know many people ignore small deductions, which is why these fees exist. Your defense? Regularly review accounts, Close unused accounts and choose ones with minimal or no maintenance fees. Credit cards are another major drain, even when used responsibly. Interest rates on unpaid balances can skyrocket above 20%, and late fees add up quickly. Additionally, banks earn from interchange fees whenever you swipe a card, meaning your spending literally generates profit for the bank. Even rewards programs can be designed to make you spend more or miss fine print deadlines, reducing their benefit. Banks structure credit cards to maximize long-term profit, often quietly draining money from less informed users. The key to avoiding this is paying balances in full, understanding terms, and choosing cards strategically. The difference can be hundreds or thousands of dollars over a few years. When you make international purchases, banks typically charge a 1 to 3% fee on top of the transaction. It's rarely obvious, and many people assume the posted exchange rate is all they're paying. If you shop frequently from overseas merchants or travel often, these fees silently accumulate. Even small purchases can cost significantly more over time. To avoid this drain, consider using accounts or cards with no foreign transaction fees or specialized payment services that pass on better exchange rates. Awareness of this subtle cost is crucial for anyone managing money across borders. Many people turn to banks for investment products, but these accounts often come with hidden drains. Management fees, advisory fees, and fund expense ratios can quietly chip away at your returns. For example, a 1% annual management fee on a $50,000 portfolio might seem minor, but over 20 years, it can reduce your total earnings by tens of thousands. Banks rely on these fees because many investors never calculate their long-term impact. Choosing low-fee alternatives, ETFs, or independent advisors can help preserve more of your money while still growing wealth. Another drain comes from letting your money sit passively in accounts that earn little to nothing. Banks want you to feel safe leaving money in standard accounts, even though it's slowly losing value due to inflation and low interest. This slow erosion is intentional. It keeps customers from seeking higher yield options while banks profit from lending and investing those funds. The solution? Take control. Move money into accounts or investments that match your goals. Even small steps, like a high-yield savings account or automated investment plan, can reduce the drain and help your money grow. Finally, the biggest drain of all is ignorance. Banks rely on most customers not fully understanding their products. Missed fees, poorly structured loans, and underutilized benefits all stem from a lack of knowledge. The more you understand banking mechanics, how loans, interest, fees, and deposits work, the less likely you are to lose money unknowingly. Education is your best defense. Read the fine print, ask questions, and don't assume the system automatically works in your favor. Awareness alone can prevent thousands of dollars in drains over a lifetime. Now you know the 11 ways banks drain your money. Some are obvious, like overdraft fees. Others are subtle, like low interest, hidden transaction costs, and the slow erosion of passive savings. The key takeaway? Awareness equals power. By understanding these drains, you can protect your money, reduce losses, and even use banking products strategically to your advantage. Don't let your money sit quietly while banks profit. Monitor accounts, minimize fees, explore alternatives, and make informed choices. Small changes today can prevent huge losses tomorrow. Knowledge is your best tool. Use it to make money work for you, not the other way around.